Today I want to go over project 8. First question says, use a for loop to display the following table. We want to use a for loop to display this table. So I start with the first line. I go to my Visual Studio. I use a cout statement. I say cout double left arrow double quotations. I want to get the size of the table. I define an integer variable. I name it size. I say cn size. I want to display the first line, so I use a cout statement. And I display the first line. I want to display the second line. I use another cout statement. To display the second line. I want to display numbers 1 to 10. I start with the 40. I can say for int I equal to, I want to start from 1. I start from 1. I less equal to 10. I plus plus. I cout I have a 0.77. I have 6.94. I have 0.87. If I just run this code and go to my output, if I put 10 here, it's displaying $pound. I need to organize it, so I put the \n and I run it again. I put the \n on that line. I run it again. If I put 10 here, after euro, I want to send it to the new line. So I put the \n and I run it again. If I put 10 here, after these, I want to put the \n and I run it again. If I put 10 here, it's displaying some numbers. So the numbers that I want to display will be 1. And then after 1, I want to put some space. So after the I put \t to put a tab there. And then I put this \t after each one of those. Let's try it. Rather than 10, I put I and I run it. If I put 10 here, it keeps going forever. Rather than I put size and I run it again. If I put 10 here, it displays some numbers. So after the second one, I want to put some space. I put some space there and I put some space there. If I look at my question, We have 0.77 for pound, B pound, which is British pound. If I multiply each time by I, if I multiply each one of these by I, and I run it again, if I put 10 here, I get 0.77. I get 6.94. I get 0.87, which is the first one. But after 6.94, I put two backslash t's here. And I run it again. If I put 10 here, I get 0.77, 6.94, 0.87, 1.54, 13.88. So everything is working. If I want to get exactly 2 decimal points, I can use fixed and set precision. So I say, I go back to my Visual Studio. I say fixed, set precision. The set precision will be an IOM and IP. So I include IOM and IP. I run my program and I look at the output. If I put 10, I can get exactly 2 decimal points. So since I have only one statement, I can take out those braces. And I run my program again. If I put 10, it's displaying all of those numbers. Let's take a look at second question. Second question says, let's compute your average. Enter the number of exams. I go back to my Visual Studio. I say question 2. I use a cout statement to display this. I want to get the number of exams. I create an integer variable, exams now. I say C and $right error, exams now. After I get the number of exams, I want to get different scores. So I need to have a for loop here. I go back to my Visual Studio. I say for int I equal to 0. I less than exams now. I want to say cout enter your scores. I say cout, and I put I plus 1 here. I say cn score. I define a score variable, which is an integer. When I get this score, I want to find the sum and then find the average. In order to find the sum, I define a double sum. I put it 0. I make it 0. And I say average. I make this one also 0. So when I get this score, I say sum plus equals score. If I get this sum, then I can say averages. Average is a sum divided by exams no. Then I can display your average. I can display your averages let's try this. I run my program. I run my program. I put 10 here. If I put 4, I put 1, 2, 3, and 5, 45. I get 12.75. So I put double quotations here. I put a colon. Let's try it again. If I put 3 and I put 1, 23 and 2. 23 and 3 is 26. Divided by 3, 8.67. So you can see my program is working. Let's try it again. I put 3, I put 1, 2, and 3, I get 2. Let's take a look at the third question. Write a program with the following input-output. Declare all prices a constant and use switch. We want to ask the user enter number of customers. I go back to my Visual Studio. I use the cout statement to say enter number of customers. I say cn, I get the number of customers. I want to display the menu. So I use a cout statement to display the first line. I want to display drinks. I want to display all this menu. So let's first display this menu. Let's try it. If I run my program and I go to my output, if I put 10 and I put 3, 1, 2, and 3, if I put 2, it's displaying soda. I want to put some dots here. If I run my program and I go to the output, so when I display the menu, for each customer, I want to ask some questions. So the question is saying, write a program, declare prices as constants, and use the switch statements. So for the prices, I go back to my Visual Studio. For the prices, I say const double soda price is equal to 1.10. Water price is equal to 1.25. Juice price is 1.80. And then I define the hamburger. I can say hamburger price is equal to 410. Taco price is equal to 110. OZ8 is equal to 0.89. OZ10 is 1.20. OZ12 is 1.4. So instead of 1.10, I say soda price. Instead of 1.25, I say water price. Instead of 1.80, I say juice price. Instead of 4.10, I say hamburger price. Instead of 1.10, I say taco price. Instead of 0.89, I say OZ8. Instead of 1.20, I say OZ10. Instead of 1.40, I say OZ12. Let's run the program. If I go to my output, if I put 10, 3, 1, 2, and 3, if I put 3, I'm displaying the menu. After I display the menu, I want to display some questions. I go back to my Visual Studio. I say for int, I equal to 0. I less than cost num. I plus plus. So for each customer, I want to display some questions. I use a cout statement. I say cn, soda, water, juice. I say cout, I define integer, soda, water, and juice. I have another cn. For the second CM, I get hamburger and taco. I define another variable, hamburger and taco. I ask the user cout. How many chips? I use another cn, chips. I have another cout statement. What size of chips? I have another cn here, size chips. I define another variable, size chips. Now I want to calculate the bill. So for the bill, to calculate the bill, I need to calculate the price of drinks. Let's define a double bill. We say double bill equal to 0. So we can say if the user puts 2, 1, and 1 for soda, water, and juice, we can say bill is plus equal soda times soda price plus water times water price, juice times juice price. That will be the first part. We can say bill plus equal we have hamburger. So it would be hamburger times hamburger price plus tacos times tacos price. But the last thing, which is chips, we have different size. For the chips, we can switch and the chip's size. We say switch. Size chips. We can say case 8. We have case 10. We have case 12. If the case is 8, it means when the size of the chips is 8. So then we can say bill plus equal chips times OZ 8. And then we can put a break here to stop it. Otherwise, we can say bill plus equal chips times 10, OZ 10. And then we put a break. Otherwise, we say bill plus equal chips times OZ 12. And we put a break. We can display Cout total bill equal to bill and bill. Let's try it. If I put 10, if I put 3, 1, 2, and 3, if I put 3, 1, 2, and 3, 2, and 3, 3, 8, it displays 23.47. So let's try it again. I put 10, I put 1, I put 3, I put 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. I put 2 and 2 and 2. For the chips, I put 10. It displays 18.95. For the second customer, I put 203. I put 0 and 3. I put 3. I put 12. So it's displaying, it's not displaying 15. It means every time in my loop, I need to go back to my code. Every time that I loop, first I need to have two different bills. So I define a bill and I define a total bill. So inside this program, I make the bill equal to 0. When I calculate the bill, I display it but then I say total bill plus equal bill. When I am done with my program, I say Cout Let's try it again. I put 10. I put 2, 2 and 2. I put 3. I put 2, 1, 1. I put 2 and 2. I put 2 and I put 10. I put 2, 0, 3. I put 0 and 3. I put 3. I put 12. So now it's working. If I put 3, 3 and 3, I put 2 and 3, 3, 8. It's displaying the total bill also, which includes all of the bills together. I want you guys to finish this lab.